Chapter 9. The Moon and Transformation. If the sun represented vitality, power, and visible life, the moon represented something quieter, more subtle, yet equally profound. Where the sun dominated the sky with steady brilliance, the moon changed. It grew and diminished. It disappeared and returned. It revealed that life is not constant intensity, but rhythm. The moon taught ancient humanity about transformation. Unlike the sun, which appears largely unchanging from day to day, the moon presents a cycle that can be clearly observed within a single month. It begins as a faint crescent, grows toward fullness, shines completely, and then gradually fades back into darkness. This visible transformation made it one of the most powerful symbols of change. Early civilizations closely tracked lunar phases. These phases structured calendars, rituals, agricultural planning, and social life. The waxing moon symbolized growth and increase. The full moon symbolized completion and illumination. The waning moon symbolized release, decline, and preparation for renewal. In visual imagery, the moon was often depicted as a crescent embracing a circle, or as a sequence of repeating phases across a circular diagram. Some ancient carvings show a central full moon, surrounded by smaller crescents, illustrating movement through time. Unlike the sun, the moon does not generate its own light. It reflects light. This distinction carried symbolic meaning. The moon came to represent reflection, intuition, and inner awareness. It did not command like the sun. It responded. Because of its cycle, the moon became deeply connected with the concept of rebirth. Each month, it seemed to die and return. Its disappearance during the new moon phase was not seen as an ending, but as a hidden transition. The return of the crescent marked renewal. This recurring pattern influenced myth and storytelling. Lunar deities were often associated with mystery, wisdom, fertility, and transformation. They were not fixed or rigid figures, but fluid and evolving. The connection between the moon and fertility was not arbitrary. The roughly 28 to 29-day lunar cycle mirrors the human biological cycle. Ancient societies observed this correlation long before modern science explained it. The moon became associated with the rhythms of the body, especially the cycles of women. Because of this, lunar symbolism frequently carried feminine qualities, not in a limiting sense, but in relation to receptivity, change, and renewal. Where the sun symbolized steady outward power, the moon symbolized inner transformation. In many ancient illustrations, the moon is shown resting above water. This pairing is symbolic. Just as the moon influences tides, it was believed to influence emotional and psychological states. Water represented emotion, depth, and the unconscious. The moon reflected light into those depths. This relationship between moon and water reinforced the understanding that transformation often happens beneath the surface. In myths, the moon frequently guides travelers at night. It does not eliminate darkness, but it softens it. It reveals just enough to continue moving forward. This subtle light became symbolic of intuition, the ability to navigate uncertainty without full visibility. Lunar cycles were also tied to timekeeping. Many early calendars were lunar or lunisolar, blending the cycles of both sun and moon. Ritual events were often scheduled according to the full moon or new moon, moments when transformation was most visible. In some cultures, the full moon symbolized clarity and culmination. In others, the new moon represented the true beginning, a hidden moment when intention was planted before becoming visible. The moon also influenced concepts of destiny and mood. Its constant change reminded observers that no state is permanent. Just as fullness inevitably gives way to decline, darkness inevitably gives way to light. This understanding brought emotional resilience. If sorrow came, it would pass. If joy arrived, it would evolve. The moon's cycle offered reassurance that change is natural and continuous. Over time, lunar symbolism became embedded in religious iconography. Crescent shapes appear in temples, sacred garments, and spiritual imagery across cultures. The moon became a symbol not only of nature, but of spiritual reflection. Even in modern times, the moon continues to shape imagination. Its pull affects tides, its light influences wildlife, its presence inspires poetry and contemplation. Though science has mapped its surface and explained its orbit, its symbolic power remains. The moon teaches that life unfolds in phases. It teaches that absence is not loss, but transition. It reminds us that growth and decline are part of the same movement. Where the sun represents visible strength, The moon represents hidden evolution. Transformation is rarely immediate. It is gradual, cyclical, and often invisible until its fullness appears. The moon models this process every month. In observing the moon, ancient humanity learned patience. They learned that endings are part of beginnings. They learned that darkness is not defeat, but preparation. The moon does not shine constantly, yet it always returns. And in its return, it reveals the quiet truth that transformation is the law of life.